Oh, I thought you were going to say. Did we just go live like that? We did. We just went live like that. Dog, German. Because the thing, the stupid doggone thing, when it goes live, for some reason, it doesn't do that. Crying out loud. Makes you kind of want to punch a kitten. Punch a kitten. All right. Hey, we've already got YouTube already too. Apparently.
I was not aware that we were live on YouTube as well. Full streaming to the multiverse.
Yes. 6 on Facebook as we speak. So, and what a surprise! We have a comment that did not pop up on Streamlabs. It happens.
Well, no, that's only Twitch will pop up.
Yeah. So that being said, are you going to monitor the YouTube?
I can monitor the YouTube.
Because I'm on the book face.
The face of book.
The face of book.
Actually, we need the wireless mouse.
Just go home. Just YouTube on the left.
There's the comments.
Good. It is mooted.
Crying out loud. And I'll get the Twitchins up.
By the way, look at that crazy burn.
Yeah, how'd you get that?
Grinding.
Nice. Well played.
Yes. We are up to 8 viewers on Facebook.
On the Facebook. So what I need to do is I need to share this. But it hasn't. Apparently my Facebook doesn't see. Oh, there it is. I don't want to share it as.
Share as what?
I wanted to share as me, not as me. I don't want to share it to my story. I just want to share the damn post. Why is this so difficult?
Hit share.
Hit share.
Hit share.
Crying out loud.
Every time.
Yeah, but we were live on time, so I think that's an achievement right there.
That's an achievement.
Definitely an achievement.
Cheese is watching, by the way.
Awesome. Hi, Cheese. All right, you ready? Ready to kick the pig? Actually. Crying out.
That is one hell of an intro.
Fantastic intro. Welcome, I'm Coop.
I'm Jocko.
And so here's the bi-weekly in review.
Yes.
Or you know, our shenanigans that is live and us sitting here talking at you.
Yes. We don't really have a name for this other than the live stream. Maybe one of these days, by like season 27, we'll come up with something.
Apparently, we can name knives rather easily.
Yes.
But not this.
Exactly.
That we've been doing longer than the knives.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. It's a problem. Anyway, we have an action-packed show. We actually took notes. Now, mine were prepared a solid 30 minutes before the show.
Oh, amateur. I did this 5 minutes before we went live.
This is a new level.
You need to
for
bump up those
DTM.
numbers, rookie.
No, it's down. You need to cut them numbers in half, right? Anyway, we have a whole bunch of stuff to talk about today. Some metal news, a couple of Q&A.
Yep.
We actually have a holdover from last week, so that's a very important thing. If you have any questions you want to get kind of answered in the show, go ahead and send them either in the Facebook Messenger or on Twitch or anything like that, and then let us know. For those who are watching on the rewind, yes, we record this and put it out as another show. You can always ask us questions through direct message on Instagram, Facebook, send us a line on the website, anything like that. Google Drop Test Media, that's where we are. That's the plug. Let's go. Metal News.
But did you say droptestmedia.com?
I just said Google Drop Test Media. It's
Drop
the easiest way to do it. Just Google us.
Yeah, Google us. All right. All of the social medias.
We're like the top 7 responses on
awesome.
Google, I promise.
Fantastic. So Metal News. Do you want to start? You want me to start?
You go ahead.
All right. So in Metal News this week, apparently Metallica's James Hetfield has caused them to have to cancel all of their tour dates in Australia and New Zealand, which I feel bad for those people. Those guys put on a great show because James has once again had to enter rehab. He is a fan of the sauce, and at his age, you can't be that much of a fan of the sauce.
Yes.
Also, he has had the support of the heavy metal community, including greats like Tony Iommi of Black Sabbath, as well as newcome Shreddus, Nita Strauss.
Yes.
So he's got the full support of everybody going to get the help he needs.
Yeah.
And with any luck, there's a speedy recovery, and he's back on the road where it belongs.
100%. Partying like a rock star is all fine and dandy, but
unless you're in your late 50s.
Unless you're in your late 50s. Yeah, that's probably pushing it a little bit.
I don't know how Lemmy did it so long. But anyway, so yeah, that among this year there's like it's tourvaganza, like all over the place. There's everybody's touring. Judas Priest is touring. Iron Maiden's touring. Five Finger Death Punch is touring. Megadeth's touring. Slayer's touring. Everybody's touring.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Hailstorm is going out on tour in the next couple of weeks. They're starting their tour. I want to say it's the European leg first. Don't quote me on that.
Hell, Slipknot's touring too.
Yeah.
Just everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's
it's all over the place.
Fantastic.
All right. So we're going to take a slightly sad note.
Oh.
Unfortunately. So this is metal news. Metal talking about the type of rock and roll. Also, fabrication, metal-like substances, stuff like that. Okay. So very importantly, an awesome motorhead, gearhead, fabricator, motorcycle builder, TV host, and the fastest woman on wheels, Jessie Combs, passed away in recent couple of weeks. I think it's actually been about a month since she passed.
Okay. Well, truth be told, she died doing what she loved.
Yeah, she died at 400 plus miles an hour in what is essentially a MiG jet with wheels bolted on the bottom.
She didn't feel a thing.
Actually, her run was recorded in both directions, enough that she may have broken her own personal best, and it has been submitted to Guinness Book of World Records. So she may have gone out being the fastest woman on wheels, kind of period. Which is a sad note because she was such an advocate for women in industry, in motorsports, in metalworking, in automotive, TV shows, all kinds of stuff. She was all over the place. The real reason we want to talk about this is another motorcycle building, metalworking, knife making icon has been asked and has taken the reins on building her urn. Jesse James is building Jessie Combs' urn.
Some big names.
He is hand shaping everything. He said he didn't go by a template. He didn't do anything that has been done before. He just let the metal speak to him. They had only met in the last year, and he said she made such an impact on him that he was honored to be asked to do this. That's crazy. It really is. Not only that it happened, but that another big name has kind of stepped in. Honestly, if you've looked at any of Jesse James' work, there is no better craftsman, I think, in the world to kind of put the spirit into this urn. So I'm very happy that he ended up accepting. I think that's going to honor her, the best that you can. So that's enough of that. We want to get back on happier times.
Like, people are catching feels right now.
I know.
I'll bet you in the comments there's just a bunch of those crying emoji faces.
I don't think so. All right.
Then our audience has let me down.
Yes. All right.
Anyway,
got any more?
As far as metal news, not really.
Okay.
I haven't really. The big news this week has been James Hetfield being back in rehab. So.
Okay. A couple more things. We'll kind of shotgun these here real quick. Yingling and Hershey have partnered on a chocolate. Is it a stout?
No. Is it a stout?
Anyway,
it's a chocolate bock.
Two of Pennsylvania's biggest companies, most notable companies, people who are like, you come to Pennsylvania for pierogies, Yingling, and Hershey's.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of what you come
Cheesesteak.
here for, and cheesesteak. But that's not a one size fits all, just like in general. But anyway, hey, there's pierogies. I got you. Anyway, guess what you can't get in Pennsylvania? Yingling and Hershey's beer.
Yeah. Yingling's, Hershey's, Bach, or Stout, or whatever the hell it is. Can't get it here. In the place where they make those two things.
Yes.
I would like an explanation, Yingling.
Please.
Somebody please explain to me the logic that went into that decision. Because I doubt you have sufficient logic to justify those actions. I am disappointed and I'm hurt. As a Pennsylvanian, I'm hurt that you left us out.
Good.
I'm offended.
All right, next. New Jersey Steel Baron finally has a new website. What does that mean for you guys? Probably not a whole lot. It is very nice to see what they have in stock for us. That is where I have taken to ordering our steel from. Great shipping, great pricing, amazing options. Haven't done this wrong yet. And if you watch the Knife Talk podcast, which we're going to talk about later, you can get a massive, well, not a massive, 15% discount, but it's everything they sell. So that's pretty nice. We are 2 weeks away from the Maker Camp.
Yes.
That is going to be held in upstate New York.
I'm sure the social medias will be abundant with pictures and videos.
Makers that are in attendance, I don't want to leave anybody out. Jimmy DeResta, Brett McAfee, ZH Fabrication, I believe, is going to be there. Paul Jackman of Jackman Works.
Okay.
Jeff Fader of Fader Knives, who's also on the Knife Talk podcast. The Modern Forge team. Chris Cash of Mount Phillip Metalworks. So a lot of big names in blacksmithing, general makery, and such.
General makery.
There are giveaways for Damascus billets, CNC machines. I think some knife blanks are going to be given away. There's going to be bottle opener, forging demonstrations. There's going to be all kinds of crazy stuff. Unfortunately, we won't be there.
Yes.
I am slightly upset by that. Not as upset about the Jesse Combs passing, but still kind of upset. Really wanted to go because it's, I think I did the math. I think it's like a 3-hour drive for us. Like,
Yeah,
it's not
it's not
far,
far, yeah.
and we're not going to be there.
Well, I mean, there's next year.
Yeah.
Next year is always a possibility. It's not like this is a one-time thing.
Well, I hope not.
I would hope not.
That's another thing. Maker Central, Maker meetups, places like that are dying, unfortunately. They just can't fund them the same way. So a lot of the big Maker Fair is the big one. There's a Maker Fair in California. There's a Maker Fair in New York. They're actually not going to happen. Maker Central is in London. That's going to happen this year, but there's no guarantee it's going to happen next year. So
what you're saying is that there's a lack of support for people who actually make things with their hands.
It's not that. The problem right now is funding it. There's a lot of support.
Yeah.
But they're doing their best not to say, "Give me money so I can do this event."
Right.
They're trying to find a way that you can pay to go to the event, or you can go for free. But if you pay, you get something different. But they still want to spread the love around. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get
It's very tough to kind of figure out.
Well, it's like going to some of these local shows.
Yeah.
Typically, we have to buy the stand that we're going to sit at. The buy-in is dependent on where you're going, how many people are going to be there, and so on. We got invited a while back to something where they were asking for what was it? Some ridiculous, like $125, $150.
$150 for a space, and let's be honest, our budget does not cover that.
Well, additionally, if I'm paying $150 for a space, I'm going to be expecting a lot of people to be there, and they were not expecting $150 worth of space of people to be there.
Exactly.
So,
for anybody who's local and knows the shows, the 900 is kind of one of the premier handmade shows in the area. Draws a lot of high-end makers from the local area. Scott Nichols in particular is at a lot of them. I've seen some of the work that comes out of other makers. It's top-notch stuff. It's not your crochet mittens and stuff like that. This is some good stuff. Even their buy-in isn't that high.
Yeah.
So
that's one of the primo.
Yeah.
All right. So did we do tool talk? Wow.
Yeah, but that's gonna come. We're gonna put that down there.
Okay, well, that's
So,
going
yeah.
down there. Okay, and then what's coming up here?
Let's go with the DTM over medification.
Okay, so this is basically over-minification. It's stuff that we have kind of been watching, kind of indulging in, if you will, watching, or listening to video after video or
Yeah.
podcast after podcast.
This section is directly
Let's set it up.
directly. This segment directly relates to what we're binging right now.
Yes.
So what we're going to talk about, I have been listening to constantly for the last couple of days. What he's going to talk about has been on his screen repeatedly for the last couple of days. So that's where the name comes from. You're going to start.
I'm going to start. I get into a couple of different things at any given time, so I'm just going to focus on one today. Today it's cinema sins.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, all your favorite movies, all your favorite big budget stuff, they kind of point out all the flaws in the story, or in the plot, or in the filming of that you kind of thought about, but even movies you loved.
Mm-hmm.
For example, they did Avengers Endgame, and just like everything, the cinema sins series, everything that was wrong with whatever movie it is in so many minutes. And they'll sit there and they'll point out little things like, why are they doing it this way? This is the dumbest way you can possibly do this. And then they tally up their sins, which there's absolutely no metric for it. Like, it's just randomly assigned sin numbers. And then they sentence them to, some kind of usually ironic thing attached to the movie. It's kind of funny just the way they go through it. I highly recommend it. I think it's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
It's good to, once again, most of the stuff I listen to is a lot of background noise. Mainly because if it's too quiet,
Mind wanders.
My brain starts doing things I don't want it to do. So
a wandering mind is a dangerous mind.
Yeah, and mine's more like stumbling through the room and just knocking everything over as it does. So yes, Cinema Sins. You can find them on YouTube. Absolutely fantastic. Check them out.
All right. So lately, I have been binging the Knife Talk podcast. As a knife maker, I'm always working to kind of fill in the gaps in knowledge. I found that the Knife Talk podcast is one of the best ways to do that. Very much how we have a Q&A, they have a Q&A. And it's everything from relationship advice to how do you bed a tang to how do I get my bevels even. All kinds of crazy stuff. I've already tried 4 or 5 different techniques that they have recommended, and with great results. The coffee etch, for example.
Oh yeah, that came out nice.
Yes, it just looks gorgeous, and it came from Mareko Mamasi of Mamasi Fire Arts, who is right now like the guy when it comes to mosaic.
The guy.
Yeah.
The guy.
The guy.
The guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. If you search
the guy,
Damascus knife,
you'll get the guy.
Parentheses the guy, you get Mareko Mamasi. We have to just a little bit of finite search.
Like refined search.
Finite. Very, very finite. Just a little bit.
As opposed to infinite search?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
Stop it. I'm moving on.
All right. Skee-Ball could not be in attendance because he has a job that
he
prevents
works
him from being
section
here.
shift. So
he works section shift?
Second shift.
Okay. Your story. Anyway, he has been binging the new Lindsey Sterling album.
Of course he has.
Well, Lindsey Sterling is his girlfriend.
She pretty.
I don't think she knows it, but
no. Well, that's why if when she does come in the area, we go with him.
Yeah.
Because
I think her security would not be happy with him.
No, none.
Now, the nice thing about that album, I did watch the YouTube video on it. They actually did a virtual reality concert.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how do you do a virtual reality concert? She's a live person, right? They actually put her in motion capture and put her in basically different worlds for different songs. It had different art going on in the background and like 3D graphics that were scrolling around her body and lights and stuff. It was crazy.
So an even greater impetus to do mushrooms prior to her concert.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it was a great show. Like we saw her last year?
Mm-hmm.
It was a great show. Dear Lord, if we were high on shrooms, that would have been mind changing.
DTM does not condone the use of mushrooms.
We don't. I'm just saying, if we were to do shrooms, all right. So the point we're getting at there is that the visuals usually behind her are some of the best kind of trippy stuff you've ever seen. it's really cool. But also, if you were really messed up, it would be like you'd probably be a vegetable by the end of it. Just like your brain would just break, and it's just what happened? He went to a Lindsey Stirling concert on shrooms. I don't know what happened.
So, all right, that's enough of the DTM over mediification. Now we're going to move on to tools using tools. This segment, for the first couple of times we go through, we're going to talk about the segments, so we'll get over this on the next round, hopefully.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about the newest tool in the DTM shop and why it is great. Coop, can you bring me to the other camera?
Oh, I could. I can. I should.
Here we are in the extended part of the bay. The nice part is we have the wireless mics. The sound is looking pretty good. So, what are we talking about today? We are talking about the fact that the Forge is finally here. It is finally running. Okay, I ran it over the weekend. Did a burn-in. Okay, so there's a lot of moisture left in some of the refractory, so we kind of had to steam that off and work with that kind of stuff. So it did bubble a little bit. It did spit, and we did already find the limits of the Forge. Yes, we are supercharging our already supercharged Forge. My apologies. It is going to be getting a bigger blower in the coming weeks. It will still heat metal to non-magnetic, so it will still work the way we want. But we're guys, let's be honest, we want more. Get my Tim Taylor on. Okay. A couple of the nice features about this. This is a ribbon burner forge, as we've been talking about for months, which means I can run this on 5 PSI. Okay. To put it in perspective, the last forge, to do any forge welding, we were running on 20 PSI. Okay. That's going to give us better heating and cooling of the propane. The tanks tend to freeze.
Propane.
That's going to give us better fuel efficiency for longer burns, because those big 100-gallon tanks are not inexpensive to fill. And it's going to give us a little bit more measure of control. We can control the pressure coming in. We can control the flow to the actual burner through a needle valve. Okay, I have a gate on the blower itself, and I also have an air gate. Okay, so we have a bunch of ways we can control this. And I think my favoriteest part about this is that it is fully open with an extendable work rest on the back. So 2 smiths can work in this forge at the same time. Now, we don't have anvils to support that yet, but that is a future plan. This will be real nice in some of our future attempts to do one-on-one forging and maybe the potential for some classes. So, a couple of the key features about this one that I threw into the mix. We have a quick decoupler up top. That lets us take the whole injection unit right off of this and hook it to another forge. Okay. Yes, I am planning on building another forge because I have been bitten by the bug. The next part about it is that the blower is on its own little quick disconnect with the power switch right here, and we just have a little sub harness kind of chilling down here. So fully mobile, it's on wheels, it's ready to go wherever, because this thing is heavy. 3 inches of castable on the bottom, 2 inches on the top, like 3/16 steel all the way around. So this thing's a beast. I am so excited that it is up and running, and I can't wait to get some steel in it in the next couple of weeks. Okay. That is the newest tool here in the shop, and what's up?
Oh, that's not the newest tool.
You're right. That's not the newest tool. Let's go back to the workbench.
This is the newest tool.
Yes. It is.
Yeah.
You see what we did there?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I think our audience is smart enough to know.
They are. So let's go ahead and play around a little bit.
Yeah, let's play around. We were playing around with this last Saturday, and
yes, because we are nothing more than giant children.
We've already found some of the limits of the green screen that we got. One being the fact that there's not enough.
Yeah. So
for a wider shot.
Part of the reason why we were so close in the initial shot, we had planned to kind of use the green screen for all it was worth and just play around a little bit. It didn't work the way we wanted to. We couldn't get the cameras set properly across the board. So we disabled the cameras on one side, the green screen, and just left the background up. So
the lighting has a tendency to be a bit difficult sometimes with it. Some of the So lighting it properly so it doesn't look absolutely horrendous is difficult. As you may have seen on Instagram, we have 4, 5, 6. There's a bunch of lights on the shop right now.
I think the actual number is 9 lights.
Yeah.
To try and light that properly, and it was not enough.
And I mean, we were screwing around with this light and that light. I repositioned pretty much all of them at any given time.
Yeah.
Which is funny because if you if you caught our live stream on Saturday, you would have seen me and Skee-Ball screwing around with the green screen at the time.
I think the coolest part about this is the ability for the commenters to be small and off to the side, one side or the other, or right in front, while the work is going on in the background. I think that's going to be really nice for walkthroughs, how-tos, things like that. The ability to put some crazy stuff here in the background. What have we had thus far? We had a lava flow.
We had a lava flow, fireworks. I threw up a couple of drone videos that we found on YouTube. What else did we have? Oh, we had that crazy looking thing. That Momo thing.
Yeah,
we
whatever
had that up behind.
That was on there. So
it's a lot of fun. I look forward to doing a lot more with it, but it's going to take some tweaking and some producing.
Yeah. So a couple of things. The green screen does need a backer. The material is a hair thin.
So if there's any light behind it,
it's a hot mess.
It makes it a mess.
Part of the reason why I'm out here, actually, as opposed to being in there, is that the bright shirt and the dark shirt on the green screen, it makes for a hot mess. So
once again, it's a lot of tweaking and playing around with the lighting, trying to get this lit properly. If you look down here on my left side, you can see some of those light artifacts from my shadow being thrown because we decided not to light it right. But
and actually, if you want to go back on, was it your Twitch or our Twitch? That you
my
played
Twitch is I was on our Twitch that I actually set it up in my room.
For those who follow us on Twitch, first off, everybody should follow us on Twitch because we do live work. Okay, you get to see the Forges running live on Twitch pretty regularly. But if you go there, you can catch the rewind of some of the past episodes, and you can see how we set this up. And by we, I mean Coop, because other than raising and lowering it, I have had no part of the green screen.
We do enough technical stuff during the day. I'm pretty sure Chaco's just happy enough that somebody else is willing to tool around with the technical difficulties.
Yeah. So that was great. I am so happy that you tackled that because I was not prepared for it. You're gonna have a hard time. I can't stand still. Okay. So.
Also, the underside of my arm is very wide.
What have we got going on, Coop? We are on Q&A, right?
Yeah, we're on Q&A now.
Okay. So I'm going to stay back here for a little bit. Coop is going to stay seated just to kind of balance out the lights so we don't have to change anymore because we did want to show off the green screen.
Well, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to get, while you're talking to the audience, I'm going to get this stuff set up so we can finish out with a clean background.
All right. So a couple of the questions that we have had in the last couple of weeks. I have a holdover from last week. Anybody who has any questions, now is the time to submit them. I'm going to be a little long-winded on the first one, and then after that, they're going to kind of trickle off. So let me go get my notes. My apologies. All right. Okay. We kind of hinted on this at first. Where can you guys find us? Okay. We are on Twitch. We are obviously here on Facebook. We are on Instagram. Okay. We do live events pretty regularly. YouTube is one that we're live on YouTube. We have videos that are scheduled that are planned to come out, but our footprint has been very light thus far. Okay. Upcoming live events, you can catch us in Knoxon this Saturday at the, it's on the website, it's like the SWYCO Fall Festival. Okay. If anybody has any questions and wants to reach out for directions, you let us know. We can get you directions on how to get there. There's a giveaway we're going to talk about later. Anyway, All right. So the first question is actually a holdover from last week that was asked. I have purchased a DTM knife, and I was given knife wax. What do I do with it? How often do I do the thing with it? And why do I do the thing with it? First, what do I do with it? DTM knife wax is a food-safe protective coating. Now, all of our knives will patina. Every knife, whether it's stainless steel or not, will patina over time. Okay, that is a change in the surface due to oxidation, rust, anything like that you want to call it. All right, it will always lose its luster. It will always lose its very bright coloring, and in the case of Damascus, it will actually start to lose the contrast. Okay, DTM knife wax helps protect that. If I boil it down to its simplest ingredients, it's an oil coating. Okay, oil displaces water in the best way we can describe it. It helps keep the rust at bay. Now, how long and how often? First things first, we recommend a skim coating every time you wipe down the knife, clean the knife, anything like that. Okay? In terms of a kitchen knife, every time you wash it or when you're done cooking for the day, go ahead and apply that thin coating. If it is an outdoor knife or a hunting knife that's not going to get used until next deer season, next fishing season, whatever, put it away with a heavier coat of knife wax, okay? That's only going to help protect it. Yes, it looks like Vaseline. I promise it's not. Just layer it on, let it be, okay? So we have the why, the how, the how often. Best thing we can tell you when it comes to applying the knife wax, stay away from paper towels, but don't use abrasive dishcloths. Microfiber towels, blue shop towels work great. If you have softer terry cloth towels or anything like that, go ahead and wipe it down. And there's no one-size-fits-all recommendation for this. Just go ahead and coat it. Okay. If you have any questions relating to that, go ahead and hit us up. We will bring it up in the next episode. I've got to get moving on here. Let's see. Where did you get or learn that from?
You want to come and sit down for that one?
Yeah. Look at that hairline.
I know, right?
Okay.
Hence the hat.
The hat.
The hat.
All right. Okay, that's what it says. All right. I'm going to assume that this question is relating to knife making. In terms of where did we kind of, whether it's the knives, the knife wax, or anything like that, where did we learn this from? The internet.
Like most great ideas, we learned it from the internet.
The internet and failure.
Yeah, failure
is the best teacher in the world.
How many times have we failed to either go live when we were supposed to, or even this, the green screen. Like I was saying, just how many times have we had to retool and reorganize? How many times do we have to rebuild that PC to stream on?
I can't even tell you what build we're on.
But failure is a great teacher, and if you just keep going, eventually, if we can serve as an example, if you compare to what we're doing now to the cell phone we were recording on a few years ago, everything's greatly improved.
Yep.
And
it's the same thing with the knives. One of the best knife sets that we have made is also the one that I don't want to say regret because I love it, but the one that I am the most critical of because it was the first one. Jabo's knife set still looks fabulous.
Fantastic. Oh, it's glorious.
The problem is I would never do what we did then again.
Well, one, because it was far more labor intensive than anything else we've done since.
Yeah.
Seeing as how that was, I think that was the first and last complete set we did entirely by hand.
Yeah.
We didn't have any of the grinders that we have now. It was polished. We hand polished that up to 1500 grit.
Yeah.
And it was a bear, but and it took us a while. But at the same time, now that we can be more efficient with it, it's not that the quality of the work has gone down. It's just that we now have the equipment to do it faster. So I wouldn't be too critical of it because they're crazy sharp.
Yeah.
Even without the Tormach, they're crazy sharp. They've held up well, as far as I understand. Jaybo's been beating them to death, and they just keep on taking it. So don't be too hard on yourself.
Okay, it's not that deep. I promise.
You made it sound like it was that deep.
No.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. Anyway,
Moving on.
the point is it's all trial and error. Watch a video, try and figure out what they did, do it, figure out that what they did and what you did are not the same thing, redo it.
Yep.
The first forge was rebuilt like 4 times.
The coffee can forge?
No, the first real forge.
Oh, the air tank forge.
Yeah, that was
we
probably
messed around with
rebuilt
that a lot. Yeah.
4 or 5 times. Relined at least twice. We've already reached our limits of the new forge because.
But man, does that thing run quiet?
Oh yeah.
Holy hell, is that quiet? As compared to the old direct burner. Oh my goodness, that is just
nice. So
love it.
Actually, most of the time I think it's about to go out
because there's not enough power.
Yeah.
He needs more power. So that's that. I think that wraps it all up.
All right.
Nice little bow there.
Now, this is the most important part of the episode. Okay, there is a live event. We hinted on it a couple of minutes ago.
Yes.
Okay. Because the event happens to correspond with my birthday, I have decided that we are going to give away not 1, but 2 knives. Okay.
Dose.
Zwei. We have a raffle going on right now. Tickets are $5. You can get them on the website. Okay. First prize is a hand-forged knife from DTM.
Mm-hmm.
And a DTM supply drop.
What?
Okay.
That's one
now,
hell of a prize.
That means one person is walking away this weekend with a brand new knife, a hoodie, an etched glass, a t-shirt,
so much,
some vinyls, and whatever else we can stuff in that little box. And you know what? I'm going to ship it anywhere you want. So you don't even have to be in attendance.
Yeah.
Okay. And because I'm so excited for my birthday, we're going to draw a second name that is going to get a DTM primer.
Ooh, those nice little EDCs, the kind that you open boxes and stuff with them. Hell yeah.
Okay.
I'd like one of those. But they're for sale.
Yeah. So that's 2 knives that we're giving away and a supply drop. Now, if we sell 10 more tickets before the event, okay?
That's this Saturday.
That's all of tomorrow. 10 more tickets, I will throw in a 3rd drawing for a supply drop. Somebody else is getting a supply drop.
You have lost your damn mind.
I may have.
You've done. You drove him to it. You drove him to insanity.
You know what though? It's my birthday. I want to celebrate, and I want to celebrate big. So
I thought you were going to say you try if you want to, but
no.
You'll prize if you want to.
I'll prize if I want to.
It's his birthday, and he'll prize if he wants to. That needs to be a post.
All right. So that's that. Next on the list, the socials.
The socials, yes. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, YouTube here, and on www.droptestmedia.com or Google Drop Test Media. I promise you, we're there. Or if you Google hashtag Drop Test Media, you can find all of our stuff. Boom, right there, all at once.
It's all over the place.
It's fantastic.
Next. Now, we are into our sponsors. JW Welding, LLC, the fabricator extraordinaire, little brother, and DTM Hangaround. He has done a bunch of stuff here in background for us. Okay, one day we will expedite this. But next, B Original Designs, aka Mommy's Metal Merch. We will be sharing a space with her at the event on Saturday. So anybody who's interested in checking that out can come out. Next, before we move on, I'm sorry.
Oh.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Anyway, stream optimization provided by the Doman, our loyal minion viewer.
And finally, the one that I don't have up here because I don't remember. I don't think I redid the hotkey for it. Yeah, I didn't. That's my failure.
Okay. Now you want to bring it back to the front?
Yeah. There you go.
This is very important and something that I wanted to mention. mention, unfortunately, we don't have the card up available because we were doing some retooling.
We've got to retool the entire screen.
Okay.
So
The Warners, Ed and Chris. Ed is currently in conversation. Chris is conspicuously absent. However, oh no, there he is. Anyway, gentlemen, if you can find your way out to the stand this weekend, we have a surprise for you.
a surprise.
Something that is long overdue.
Very much so.
Yeah. If you can make your way out, I would much rather show it to you in person than over the phone or anything like that. However, if you can't make it, let me know, and I will gladly find a time to link up with you.
I'm just gonna send it.
Okay. Now, everybody that we've talked to has supported us in some way, shape, or form. That is how they get in the credits of the show. They get their kind of support back.
Yes.
Okay. In the beginning of the show, this is powered by CBM. That is correct. Campbell Business Machines helps us with all of our IT product needs. It doesn't hurt that we both work there.
Yeah. There's
But
kind of a
they allow
symbiotic
us.
relationship.
They allow us to do DTM things during CBM hours. That's a whole lot of three-letter stuff.
Yeah,
but
we've managed to mingle them, not merge, because I would suggest that but that we are allowed to do drop test media business at CBM, and we thank them for it by putting them up there, because we are indeed powered by things we get through CBM.
Yes.
So thank you very much. And
the point I was getting at, and I will bring this to a close. If you want to get your name in those credits for supporting DTM, we will be launching, much to our dismay, a Patreon.
I wouldn't say dismay, more like chagrin.
Chagrin. We didn't really want to launch a Patreon, but we want to give more options for support.
Yeah.
Maybe you like the shenanigans. Maybe you're not a fan of knives. Maybe you can't afford a knife. Maybe this, maybe that. We're going to have a bunch of levels, and actually, one of the levels
Tiers, as it were, in there.
Has some personal DTM time attached to it.
Oh yeah. Additionally, there are additional shenanigans that come along with every tier of DTM support, including but not limited to your name in the credits.
Yes.
So when that's launched, you'll know when we launch it. Good. And dinner's coming back at me. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching, and we'll continue to make this better. You continue to ask us questions and spread the word. Thank you very much. I'm Coop.
I'm Jocko.
How do I end it? Do I do this?